In this episode, I sail back downwind from Tonga to Fiji, leaving Naifu in the end of a maramu with strong easterly wind and big waves, headed for the northern end of the Lau group in Fiji, after avoiding near catastrophe at a false pass into Hunga Lagoon on the western edge of the Vavau group in Tonga.
It's Monday, 25th of September, and having decided not to risk going into Hunga Lagoon behind us there, turn tail, got the staysail out and half the jib. Absolutely spectacular conditions. Gosh, the water is so beautiful. Skies are clearing up a little bit. Wind vane is steering nicely. We have lots of bananas, and it's blowing hard. We're upper 20s. We're doing 5 knots. We'll see what the night's like. The waves are pretty big here, and they're going to be a lot bigger once we get out of the island lead. So we will see. Alright, so a little bit later, waves are reasonable size. We're cruising along at 5 to 6 knots, very nice. And no wave has tried to come aboard yet. We're sort of out of the lee of the island, barely see it behind us. And, it's going to be a rough night, but it looks like nothing worse than we have experienced before. Nice slew on that wave, and see what this one does. Yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's nice to be out here on the ocean again. It's good to be on passage. Oh, now it's a couple of hours later. We're well gone from Tonga. We've even just crossed the secondary ridge of volcanoes. A little bit of rough seas there, but now we're finally into the bigger rolling seas. Obviously there's still choppy waves on top of them, but the motion is so much gentler and smoother. It's just wonderful. Every now and again we get a nice little ride on one of these swells, 6 or 7 knots. Here's a nice one. Woo! Oh, that feels so good. It's really fun. Sea Change is absolutely made for these conditions. She handles it so well. Should be a good night. Alright, sunset, a little bit of dinner. We've got finally big, even swells. By and large, we get nicely pushed along by them with a little surf here and there. None of them have broken into the cockpit yet. And I'm gonna hop into bed once it gets dark and hopefully have a good night's sleep, maybe with the music playing all night to cover up all the noises. Oh, there's slew. There's another nice big one here. There we get a little surf. Nice. This is what Sea Change was made for. It's what she's good at, and she's handling it beautifully. Alright, hoping for at least a little bit of sleep tonight.
Here is our chart and course through the ridge of volcanoes and seamounts, showing 6.3 knots, and we had a gorgeous sunset at the end of the day.
It is Tuesday, the 26th of September. I'm sitting on the stern here, hoping to get a feel for some of the waves coming through. Not really waves, the waves are chaotic mess, but the swells that are finally building and getting organized. The wind has come down, it's high teens, low 20s. Oh, there's a nice lift, little surge. But these are not really well organized ones. Every now and again, little set comes through. Yeah, maybe we've got something coming here. Just impossible to capture on film, but in camera, but let's see. Oh, it just fades away. I'll keep filming and edit out the stuff that doesn't work, put in the good parts. There was a wild ride last night, holy moly. And we got hit by a bunch of big waves, including one that broke right on us, slammed us on our side, water coming in over the combing. Here we go, here's a nice one. Look at that, can't even see the top of it. Rise up, nice view, and then slide down the other side. But still, that's not what some of them are like. Let's see if we can't get another one here. There's a nice surf on that one. Not that steep. You see my 3 lines here. Nobody interested today. Yesterday, fish interested, but the swivel broke. It's like there's always something to break in the fishing line system. Our Windpilot has been steering us faithfully for 2 days now. No major issues, which is great. And it's just a lovely, beautiful day. Sunny, warm, just a few puffy trade wind clouds around. It doesn't look like we're going to get what it looks like from me sitting in the cockpit. Behind me. Here's a little one. Let's go down into the trough and see if we get a surf out of this. No, not bad. That's a little bit better. There's another. Nice. Alright. Now it's the end of Tuesday the 26th of September and we have yet another absolutely gorgeous sunset. These high clouds are giving us some really nice colour to the sunsets, which is, seems like a little unusual, but I'll take it. Much calmer tonight. Hopefully I will actually get some sleep. Oh, it's day 3 of this passage from Tonga back to Fiji. Wednesday, September 27th. An absolutely glorious day. The Maramu conditions we had the first day and night are a distant memory. We now are at the tail end of this northeast breeze and we have full main set all the way up and jib all the way out and genoa, staysail set as always, and it's just lovely gentle sailing. You couldn't ask for a nicer day. Somebody's getting wet down there, but we are perfectly dry up here. It's amazing. This is the original C34, is the size of the boat, but this is a 34-year-old sail on a 34-year-old boat, as of the staysail, and that jib is 100% jib, recut and put on a luff on the furler. I could go a little bit faster with the 130% genoa, but there's absolutely no need whatsoever. Whew. What a gorgeous, gorgeous sea, and what a gorgeous day. Oh, it's Thursday the 28th. We've had a very lazy sail the last day and a half, and last night ran out of wind completely. But there, way in the distance, is the quintessential desert island, Duff Reef. And I'm going to go in, just got a couple of palms on it, that's it, sandbar. Submerged at high tide, it's low tide now, and I'm going to go in and do some more work on the rigging, because lo and behold, a broken wire on the upper shrouds in the middle. That was not what I was hoping for. I was hoping that my stay lock replacements down here would do the trick. But if the wires are breaking in the middle, it's not good enough. We have a turtles, I believe, right in front of us here. We're on autopilot and I'm on the final boat, so I can't change course. Let's hope we don't hit them. sight you don't see every day. There they go. 4 of them all together. That's the last one hurrying out of the way. Whoa, that one's going right underneath us. That one's taking off like a rocket. We're going into Duff Reef. This turtle here is so pissed off with us, it's following us. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I hope you can see it. Keeping up with us, no problem. I mean, they are really fast. That one that took off like a rocket took off like crazy. A bow wave behind it, or in front of it. Oh wow. Thursday, 28th September, and what an amazing place. Just let me zoom in on this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And of course I have it all to myself. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go up and anchor in the nice shallow blue sand there with my 2 palm trees. Come on, focus. And excuse the wind noise, I'll try to cover the microphones. As you can see, nothing behind us, just the paths.
Duff Reef is an extensive reef system, as you can see in the satellite view from the Navily app, with my anchorage marked, and this large sandbar is in the southeast corner with its 2 palm trees. It's hard to imagine a more remarkable place.
Here's a 360 at Duff Reach. Just a spectacular place. Sandy island, ocean on the other side. It's going to be a huge tidal range. Just these 2 palm trees and what used to be some sort of sign. And lots of turtle tracks. They're nesting all over here. And as I saw on the way in, mating all over the place in the water as well.
The sandbar was covered with turtle tracks and nests, but also quite a few skeletons, which I think result from locals having feasts, as there were 4 large fireplaces. There were also thousands of large hermit crabs hiding from the midday heat and sun under rocks and flotsam. I collected all of the latter and all available firewood and dried palm leaves and burnt it all, but took all the glass bottles to Savu Savu, hopefully for recycling.
Been a good visit. It's kind of cloudy, the southeaster came through, gave us a bunch of squalls and rain, but some good kite surfing, not so good spear fishing, huge bonfire today to burn all the plastic on the beach, and I'm off to Waialagilala, an atoll about 10 miles from here. It's still Saturday the 30th of September, and Duff Reef has disappeared over the horizon behind us. And we are doing 5 knots. We only have 10 miles to go, so it's only going to take 2 hours. Don't even bother putting up the mainsail. I'm just going with the staysail and about 1/3 of the jib. It's absolutely lovely conditions. Beautiful sunny day. Little trade wind clouds. Lots of sunshine, couldn't be nicer. Should be in Waialagilala in about an hour. And even better, caught a huge orange fish as I was leaving Duff Reef. I put my lines out, just wondering if it wouldn't be possible to catch something while still within the region of the reef itself. I'll show you a picture of it later. And I'm approaching Waialagilala Atoll. You can see the reef all the way along here. And as It's one big Motu and a small one. I'll zoom in. Way down there with one family living on it as a caretaker for an abandoned resort. I was here last year, of course, and so I'm hoping to meet them this time. I didn't meet them last time. First we have to go around the bottom of this reef and then up through the pass. We're sailing right up the edge of the reef here. Gosh, it's gorgeous. I wish I had the nerve to bring the dinghy outside here and do some snorkeling, but with nobody else around, that ain't gonna happen. But the calm seas here behind the reef allow us to do something pretty unusual, which is to sail dead downwind. The jib on one side and the staysail on the other. No poles needed, they're just nice and stable. And the reason is this piece of magic. The wind vane, Pacific Windpilot wind vane. What an amazing piece of equipment. It's able to steer us dead downwind just using these ropes coming through here, the chain on the tiller. There, and then this little rope here to that knurled knob is what allows me to change the direction. So if I pull this, we head up just a touch. Wonderful stuff. Really love it. Without it, he's stuck.
And our chart shows how close we were sailing to the reef on our way to the pass at about 5 knots.
Well, I've chosen to sail through the pass. I know this pass from last year. It's wide open and easy. There's the south side of the reef and the pass. You see the coral in the yellow and the shallow water in light green with coral. Now it's cool to sail into these places instead of just motoring in as usual. Last time I came in at a acute angle, beating up, and I almost hit that sandbank over there where the light blew in. And I just caught 4 identical small tunas. Let 2 of them go. I had to tack at that sandbar, and by the time I got the other 2 in, sharks had taken the back half of each of them. But this time I have a big fish I caught leaving Duff Reef, so we're all good.
Here's the chart of the Wailagi-Lala Atoll with our anchorage in the northeast corner by the Motu. But sadly, the strong southerly winds made it difficult to land my dinghy, so I did not go ashore. What's more, the red fish I caught coming out of Duff Reef was apparently a reef fish rather than a pelagic fish, and tasted terrible, so that was wasted.
It's the 1st of October, a new month. Headed from Wailagi-Lala, probably overnight all the way to Savu Savu. Check in on Monday morning, but we may stop somewhere along the way, I haven't decided. Pretty wild seas, strong southeaster, probably blowing upper 20s. And it's a little rough, but not unmanageable. I'm not even bothering with the main. Got the staysail and half the jib. And yeah, I got the collision alarm going off because we have a ferry over there somewhere. And then far behind us is another sailboat slowly catching up to us. Collision alarm set to the maximum of 6 miles. Hey, man, a little rough. And so even though there's no prospect of a collision, it sounds. We've emptied our fruit baskets. This is all that remains for the last day. Just a quick clip showing this from my perspective. Sitting in my comfortable, stable seat on the leeward side, facing backwards, and now looking across the port side of the boat. Man, it is windy and pretty good swells. I wouldn't call them swells, waves. And hoping we'll get one that screws us around, but maybe not. This one might do it. There we go. We It's fun. Don't have any seasickness problems once I get settled in at sea. And this is just beautiful. Look at the color of the water and the sky. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's just an hour later and the mood has changed completely. A huge bank of clouds are coming. Promise of rain. The sea has turned steely grey. And we have a bunch of boobies suddenly interested in us. Not sure why. There's 4 of them so far. They sort of want to land, but they're incompetent compared with the red-footed boobies in the Galapagos. These guys just can't. There's 5 of them now. Just can't pull it off. This is really hilarious. All 5 are trying to land on the mast. They make a mess of my Windex if they do, but I don't see how they stand a chance of doing it. Oh, number 6! Oh, golly. Silly birds. Boobies really is the right name for you guys. Oh, don't hit my Windex. Hey! Oh God, it's too funny. Oh, then here's the white form cruising by. Not interested in us at all.
Here is our final approach to Fiji. From Duff Reef and Wailagilala, we dodged through some reefs, followed by a third illegal stop near Mate for a pizza at the Tramonto restaurant I visited last year, followed by a midnight motor against the tidal current through the Somo Strait, and then a boisterous sail along the coast of Vanua Lavu to the entry port of Savu Savu. We had yet another lovely sunset. Breakfast was my last tomato sliced on plastic cheese on crackers, and my iPhone felt I was listening to too much loud music on my JBL speaker.
Oh, it's 7 a.m. Monday the 2nd of October. We're on the final leg of this 7-day passage from Tonga back to Fiji. And appropriately enough, this final leg is one of the roughest. It was fun coming through the Somo Straits. Can't see them way behind us in the sun there. Nice smooth water and fast sailing. But the penalty was coming through the actual straits themselves. I got the tides wrong. 4 knot current against us. It took us several hours to get through, doing 1 to 2 knots from about 11 p.m. till about 2 a.m. And the motor wouldn't start initially. I had to short the starter to get it to go, so I've still got it running. Don't want to turn it off until I can sort out what that problem is. But meanwhile, crazy rough conditions. I'm not even going to stand outside properly to show you because it's just nuts. But it's what we signed up for. It's not all smooth sailing. Oh, finally we're coming into Savu Savu. We're in the bay. This is the Jacques Cousteau resort where I anchored and kite surfed last time. A couple of boats there now. The actual Savu Savu town is up the creek up there. And we were racing these 2 boats in. They're also, I think, coming from Tonga. And just zooming a little bit, just chatted with them on the VHF. Almost had to call room at the mark at the corner of the reef coming in here. But we're all going to be looking for moorings and officials to check in. Just a little video of Jack Iron getting their mooring lines ready here as we come in. That is a really nice triple reef if that's what they've got on their boat. Very sweet.
Kent and Michelle on Jack Iron kindly gave me this clip of Sea Change, charging along under twin small head sails alone in the strong easterly, albeit supplemented by the diesel engine as I was reluctant to turn it off, and indeed, once safely on a mooring in Savu Savu, it would not restart. In the next episode, I sail a different route through Fiji. Having traversed the eastern Lau group and some southern islands last year, I visited several central islands on the way to the western Yasawa group this year.